Hello everyone, hope you are doing well. Today I am going to provide you the 8th part of We Live Here Now novel. Hope you will like it. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, press on the like, and let's get started.
A second, more awful thought dawns on me. The drinking on holiday when she was pregnant and hadn't told me. In the long weeks she was in the coma. I'd fought those niggling questions in my head about why she'd been drinking if she thought she might be pregnant. Why she was so moody. Now, the answers are coming to me with crystal clarity. The miscarriage she had in the hospital, the pregnancy I grieved for, was that baby even mine? Asterisk, Chapter 80, Freddy, fucking bitch, fucking bitch, fucking bitch. Have I ever known her at all? Emily the blackmailer? Emily the liar? Emily the cheat? I drank more whiskey and went to bed at about 2. But only managed maybe 40 minutes of restless sleep, then got up early and came back downstairs again. I can't be near her. The walls of the house are more comforting, like a protective womb. Around me, I pour myself a third cup of coffee from the machine, my nerves jangling as the rumbling pipes overhead come to a stop. She's out of her shower, and that's my cue to start her breakfast. I need to stay calm. I need to figure out my plan with a cool head. I have to be kind to her, just in case she talks to anyone. She needs to think I still love her. I still care. I do care. I care about that £150,000 on top of the life insurance that will leave me very comfortable. Maybe I could move to France for a while, spend time with my mum's French family. They've always wanted to see me more since her death. I could start a little bed and breakfast there maybe. A life with no stress. There's a friendly knock on the door as I'm about to start chopping the peppers, onions, and mushrooms Emily says she wants in her omelet. And it's Marilee Watkins there, a big smile on her ruddy face. Another wave of irritation passes through me. No wonder she's smiling. Emily happily gave her a 25 grand job. Why would she do that? Is she thinking she can kick me out with nothing? Pay the mortgage herself? Sorry to bother you. Marilee cuts through my thoughts. But our Portaloo hasn't turned up yet. Not going to be here until the day after tomorrow. Will it be all right for us to pop in here when the need takes us? I'll tell the boys to take their boots off. Of course, no problem. I'll leave the door unlocked. Help yourself. Excellent. We'll get on. Hopefully, we won't be too noisy for you. Great. I smile, but don't encourage any more conversation or offer any drinks. And she treks back toward the wreck of our garden. I grip the waxy green pepper tight, but still, the small paring knife slips as I try to cut into it, so I swap it out for one of the larger, sharper knives and start to slice. I have no appetite myself. It was bad enough finding out about the money, but the thought of Emily cheating has destroyed me. How could she do that? What happened to the Emily I fell in love with? How much did she want that promotion? There have been times over the months when I've wondered if maybe I nudged her over the edge when we were on that ridge. But I know I didn't. Deep down I know I didn't push her, and I did my best to grab her hand. God, if I had that time again? The words keep going round in my head. Fucking bitch, fucking bitch, fucking bitch. And they mix with the buzzing of the bees, and I chop harder and harder. Marriage is teamwork. Emily, I think. It's time you played your part, Freddy. She breezes into the kitchen in a pretty dress, and with makeup on. What's all that for? She looks happy, smug, as she comes up close to me and touches my arm. We need to talk. This is it. The woman who cheated on me is now going to say she's divorcing me. Fucking bitch. All thoughts of keeping her sweet vanish from my mind. I know about the money. Emily, I growl, as a red mist comes over me. And I know you fucked that wonker behind my back, you disgusting slut. A red mist the same color as the red room walls, as if it's crept inside me overnight. You're a fucking bitch. Her eyes widen as I step closer, at first confused, and then horribly surprised. What? I say. And then I look down. Asterisk, Chapter 81, Emily, Freddy. I virtually bounce into the kitchen, almost without a limp, and get right up close so he can see I've made an effort. I wanted to do this last night, but he was tired after work, and clearly not in a great mood. But this morning is different. He's cooking me breakfast, even though I'm too excited to eat. I thought I wouldn't sleep last night, but I was out like a light, so I'm fully refreshed. I'm glowing. I'm wearing a dress, one that I last wore on a date night before I did that awful thing a different life ago. I smile at him, unable to contain my happiness. I was thinking of hiding one of the 3 tests I've taken in a row. I had to be certain this time somewhere he'd find it. But I want to look him in the eyes and share the news. Maybe I'll even be honest about the other thing. I want to go into this with a clean slate, and maybe if I tell him how much I instantly regretted it, he'll forgive me. Secrets are the death of trust. I've kept the tests, though they're tucked away in the back of my underwear drawer for now. Mementos already. I'm so excited. He's going to be so happy. I go up close to him and touch his arm. We need to talk. It's only now that I'm inches from his face that I can see that something's wrong. His arm is so tense under my fingertips that his muscles might snap. His eyes are dark and angry. More than angry, he looks mad. I know about the money, Emily. He growls at me like an uncaged wolf. And I know you fucked that wonker behind my back, you disgusting slut. You're a fucking bitch. He steps in close as I try to protest. This isn't how this is supposed to go. Not at all in. Then something feels horribly wrong. I'm confused, my eyes widening as I gasp. What? He asks, and then looks down. You hit me. I find it hard to get the words out. He's knocked the breath right out of me. He actually hit me. Oh God, he says. And then the madness drains out of his eyes, and all I can see is fear and my own shocked face in his pupils. Suddenly I'm very afraid, but I have to look down too. Oh God. All I can see is the knife handle. Where is the knife? I grunt slightly, not able to catch my breath. The knife is inside me. I can feel it, cold, in the middle of me. Oh God, Freddy, my words are barely air. It was only a little knife though, a paring knife. It can't do that much harm, surely, can it? I grip at the kitchen counter, my whole left side losing strength, and then I see it. The paring knife is on the counter. Oh God, I try to say again, and then I clutch at his chest. Trying to keep upright, trying to keep alive. There is a knife inside me. And then I'm crumpling to the kitchen floor, and there must be something. There must be. And then, it all goes black. Asterisk chapter 82, Freddy. Oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck. I slide down the kitchen counter to the floor, unable to take my eyes off her. She's dead. Her eyes are empty, and her hands have stopped moving. How did she die so fast? I didn't even realize I'd stabbed her. I was so angry, and I gripped the knife tighter, and then I can't even finish the thought. I think I'm going to puke. Oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck. This is not a suicide. There is no way I can make this look like a suicide. There's blood all over the kitchen floor. Oh God, I'm going to prison. I've murdered my fucking wife. From outside I hear feet on the gravel, men smoking and laughing, and my sudden white-cold panic forces me into action. I quickly lock the front door, and then stare at Emily's body. She can't stay there on the kitchen floor. Until I know what I'm going to do. I need to get her out of the way. Put her upstairs, the spare bedroom maybe. I scrub blood from my hands, and then take a few deep breaths, trying to calm my shaking body. I need all my strength to pick up her dead weight, and she slips and slops around as I try to get purchase. I take a breath and put into practice how I helped lift her in the hospital before she could walk. Oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck. The spare bedroom will still be too risky. What if more than one worker needs the loo? The room at the top of the house. That's where I'll put her. She can stay in there for now. Chapter 83, Emily. God, that's so awful. It's only the start of March, but it feels almost like a spring day in the little Suntrap courtyard. The Watkinses built by the orchard, where I'm sitting with the vicar, sipping tea. Yes, it really is. So hard to get my head around. He was always so alive. Paul's so distraught, he's aged a decade. I want to hug him. But then, despite this terrible news, I'm in such a good mood, I want to hug everyone. Instead, I stroke my currently flat tummy. I can't wait for Freddie to get home to share our brilliant news. I thought my queasiness might have been down to my medication, but then I found some used pregnancy tests in the back of my underwear drawer and had a hazy memory of taking them a couple of weeks back. It must have been just before I banged my head. Freddie says concussions can do that to you. Mess with some of your memories. A few things are a little off, but I'm fine in myself. I need to remember that. I'm right as rain now. Even righter than rain. I went down to the pharmacy and got a fresh test, and yes, we are very much pregnant. What happened? I ask. Bringing my focus back to the present, Sally said she'd gone out for a hill walk while he was going to stay in the rental and paint. He was doing an enormous canvas of her, but she'd started spending the first couple of hours of the day out on the hills and moors, and then bringing back breakfast from the bakery in the village, before settling in to lie still for the rest of the day, while he worked. She said he'd said he had a bit of a headache, and was feeling off, but to go just the same. So she went on her walk, and picked up breakfast, and some medicine in the village, and when she got home he'd either slipped, or maybe felt unwell, or fainted in the shower, and cracked his skull. Asterisk, oh God, the poor man, it makes me shiver, and poor Sally, he adds. He didn't die instantly, apparently. Bled out in the bath. It was quite a mess when she got back. She called an ambulance straight away, obviously. It's such a nightmare for her. She must be in a terrible state. If only she hadn't gone for that walk. That's what she kept saying to me. I told her that accidents happen all the time, and you can't live that way. And he knew she loved him. They did love each other so very much. It's strange, but I always get a weird heavy headache when I think about Sally, as if there's something about her I can't quite remember. Maybe I should take a painkiller, even though I'm trying to avoid medicines at the moment to protect the baby, and having you visit for the weekend must have helped. I touch Paul's hand, a gesture of comfort. When is she coming back here? She's not. Paul gets to his feet. She says she wants to live abroad. Maybe go to her niece in New Zealand. She says there are too many memories here. Anyway, the reason I stopped by was that she gave me something for you before I left. He takes out a lilac envelope and hands it over. She says it's only for you. Oh, that's nice. I'm surprised though. I can't imagine why Sally would have anything to say to me. We weren't that close, I don't think. Were we? After Paul's gone, I make a cup of tea and curl up on the sofa to read the letter. It's beautiful, neat cursive, written carefully in ink pen. Dear Emily, so, Paul has spent all weekend telling me how happy you and Freddie have been recently, and what a positive change there's been in you, and it alarmed me to the point that I figured I'd better write. If you remember everything that happened with us, then nothing in this letter will come as a surprise. But if you find you're a little muddy and confused in your recent memories, when you think about them too hard, which I suspect you are, then read on. The last time I saw you I told you I owed you one. Well, this is it. Me paying my debt. This may seem like a wild story, but it's one you found out about, and you set me free. I think perhaps, by luck or design. Maybe your husband found out about your blackmail cash, and put you in the third-floor room too. My head starts throbbing, and the words blur, but I force myself to read on. What is she talking about? But I'm getting ahead of myself. I need to explain this to you one step at a time so you can understand what your darling, or not-so-darling husband has done to you. I read and read as she tells me everything that I suddenly feel like I already knew, and then I go back and reread it all, my head spinning. I look at the last line again, and when you've read this, burn it. For both of us. I do as she requests, and lean forward, lighting the paper with the matches. The sun is sinking by the time it's ash, and I sit back and stare out the window, for an hour or more. It can't be true, can it? Can it? It's crazy, but at the same time I feel the very truth of it. I remember a vague feeling of guilt. Mark and Kat. I was blackmailing Mark. That's what Sally said. The inside of my skull itches as if there's a scab over an empty space. I don't have any extra money anywhere. The whole thing is insane. But I humor it. If I had an account with money in it, and Freddie knew about it, then where would he hide that from me? I go to the red room that Freddie uses as a home office, and rummage through all the drawers, going against my every instinct. That this is lovely sweet Freddie, who would never hurt Nyon, especially me. I'm about to give up when I pull a drawer free and check underneath like they do in old spy films. There's an envelope taped to the underside of it. An envelope addressed to me. My heart in my mouth. I take the papers out and read. £150,000 sitting there in my name, and an awful note from Mark. God, why would I have done something so grotesque? Does this mean that everything in Sally's letter is true? Oh, Freddie. Tears sting my eyes, anger and upset and hurt, and I touch my stomach where our little baby is growing. What did you do? Freddie, I'm up here. Her voice drifts down from the 3rd floor and my stomach tightens. Oh God, she's up in that room. My foot hesitates on the bottom step. I've only just started relaxing around her, this new, vibrant, joyous Emily, but I still can't entirely trust the situation. Some days I manage to persuade myself that none of it really happened. But the strained muscles in my shoulders that still hurt in the mornings are testament to the fact that I did indeed haul my dead wife's body up 3 flights of stairs, shut her in the 3rd floor bedroom, and then scrub the house clean, crying and drinking myself to sleep while trying to get up the guts to call the police before, lo and behold, the next morning she came down them all by herself. I almost had a heart attack. I thought I was going mad. Sometimes I still think I've gone mad. I know I killed her, and yet she's alive. And she's her, but different. She's so much more lovable again. That's the only way I can describe it. She's happier, and I'm happier. It's like the old days when we first met. In the main, though, I've persuaded myself that I hadn't stabbed her as deeply as I thought, or maybe hadn't even stabbed her at all. I did nick myself with the blade, and maybe the blood was all mine from that. Small cuts can bleed a lot. Maybe she simply passed out, and I thought she was dead. Maybe I had a small psychotic episode and hallucinated it all. Anything to convince myself that she didn't actually die. Still, we need to sell this house and move on as soon as possible. I can't live here much longer. It's all just too odd. While Emily cheating death is in many ways a blessing, I don't trust this place. I need to figure out a way to get Mark's money out of her Jersey account, or at least find a way to make it sound plausible. She doesn't even remember it's there. Her memory is hazy around the events surrounding whatever happened in the kitchen, like a cloth has been pulled across it, wiping out anything that links to it. She doesn't question anything, I told her she'd had a fall in the kitchen and she looked confused for a moment, and then accepted it. Turns out she's not the only one capable of blackmail. I got more money out of Mark too once I found the video on Emily's phone and transferred it to mine. I didn't go too greedy. Just enough to pay my debts, to buy us some breathing room. Come up, Emily calls down, head peering over the top banister, hair falling free around her grinning face. She is beautiful when she wants to be. When she's happy, I want to show you something. And I've got beer. On my way, I say. I feel a little uncomfortable seeing where she is, but I shake it away. There's no way she could know what I did. She's just got a plan for the top floor, that's all. Maybe a way to make the house more sellable, or maybe she's gone back to her idea of renting the 3rd floor out as a private apartment to bring in extra money. She's standing in the bright sunshine, in cute pink dungarees, and hands me a strong Belgian beer, one of my favorites, before wrapping her arms around my neck and kissing me. Drink that before I show you. She smells a glorious combination of apple and peach. I'd forgotten how good it feels to be properly loved by her. When she first came back, I was so relieved to be out of trouble, no prison for murder, that I was giddy with love. I thought that would fade. I thought, within a week I'd want to feed her all her sleeping pills and go back to my original fake suicide plan. But I didn't. She's not judgmental of me like she'd been before. She's not got that irritating always, right, and slightly martyr, passive-aggressive thing about her anymore. She's supportive. She believes in me. She forgives me for my problems. I don't think she even remembers cheating on me, and everything I did to her feels like a dream now. We're actually happy. She's a proper wife again. If she thinks I'm weak now, she doesn't show it, and that in turn makes me stronger. I drain half the beer, and it tastes good, bitter and strong, and the buzz goes straight to my head. You're an angel, I say. This is just what I needed. Finish it. She's bouncing up and down on her toes, like an overexcited child. Don't worry, I've got another. Okay, I do as I'm told, laughing along with her. Go on then. What's the big surprise? As soon as I put the bottle down, she pulls something out from her back pocket. At first I think it's a COVID test, but then I realize it's not. It's a pregnancy test. 2 thick red lines in each box. I look up at her, my mouth falling open, surprised but not unhappy. Definitely not unhappy. In fact, my heart leaps. A child that is definitely mine. Are you? I stare at her, not able to finish the question. She nods and squeals and leaps into my arms. Are you having a baby? Yes, 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 she says. We're pregnant. 8 weeks. I saw the doctor this morning. Oh my God, Emily. Oh my God, that's amazing. We squeal together and hug, and my head spins with the news. A baby. She's got a new baby growing inside her. We're having a baby. We really are going to have a fresh start. This Emily would never cheat. And I wouldn't kill this Emily. None of that happened. Once we're away from here, it will be easy enough to forget. After all, she'll be alive and well and happy beside me. She turns round to look at the bedroom suite while I reach for the second full beer, my heart racing and elated. I thought we could move up here. The baby's nursery could go where the dressing room is. Asterisk a family suite. She looks back at me for my thoughts. Up here, my smile falters. I can think of nothing worse than moving up into this bedroom. I'd rather forget all about this room. I feel so guilty up here. When I think of it, I reach for the betting apps again. Maybe, I say. Or maybe we should just use the middle floor. More child-friendly. Suddenly, the world feels off-kilter, and with a sudden wave of seasick dizziness, I clutch at the wall. Are you okay? She's swimming a little in my view line, her face distorted, and heat rushes up through me, a cold sweat forming. Sorry, I mutter, trying to smile. My face feels strangely lopsided. The surprise of the pregnancy must have gone to my head. Oh, that's not surprise at my news. Freddie, she says softly, kissing my cheek. That'll be all. Those pills. In the beer. What? The wall's moving under my touch, and I groan as my legs buckle slightly. She's not making any sense. I look down at the bottle in my hand, or at least I try to look down at it, but I can't focus. What the fuck did she just say? I look at her, confused, trying to speak, and stagger toward the door. I know what you did, Freddie, she says, harder now. Following me as I lose my balance and fall to my knees on the floor, I can crawl downstairs, call an ambulance. There will be time. You killed me. For money. For money I was going to share with you, to get you out of trouble. I was going to tell you what I'd done that I felt so bad about. But you're weak, Freddie, and you stabbed me. And that broke my heart, she continues. My first instinct was to bring myself back, obviously. There's a way, you know. I found the book. I did it for Sally, But that's a story for another time. But then, I changed my mind. I realized, you see, that I don't want to be that Emily anymore. I don't want those negative parts of myself. Why would I? I want to be my best self. But this got me to thinking. Emily, please. Ignoring my plea, she follows me as I haul myself out into the landing, which sways and lurches under me. I realize that our baby needs two good parents. People it can be proud of, who won't fuck it up. I didn't want to let those parts of me out. But I don't want all the weak and negative parts of you either. So there was really only one solution left to protect our family. Don't do this, I mumble, dragging myself toward the stairs. It's already done. She stays in the doorway, watching me, impassive, as I try to focus. My mobile phone is on the downstairs hallway table with my keys. If I can get there, I can call for help. I feel sick, the world swimming round me, but still, I drag myself onward. Are you thinking you can somehow make it downstairs? She asks, coming up behind me. You can try if you want to. She steps over me and goes down 2 steps before crouching in front of me. Our faces level. But you need to understand something before you make that choice. It won't stop you dying. Even if you do manage to call for an ambulance, no one will get here in time, and it's a redundant scenario anyway, because even with my bad leg, I will definitely get to your phone before you. But, and this, for you especially, is the really important part. She pauses for effect, and to make sure I'm really listening. I am too physically weak to carry you all the way back up here when you do die. You need to understand that. If you die downstairs, you're gone for good. I can tell them it was suicide. All your debts weighing you down. It's an awful thing, but I'll have to live with it. For the good of our baby. She strokes my hair. But you don't have to die, Freddie. You can crawl back into that room, and our child can have the best of both of us as parents. You've always wanted a family to come first. This is your time to prove it. I can help you if you want. But you need to choose, Freddie. And you need to choose fast. I look at the stairs ahead of me, and then I turn my heavy head to the open doorway behind me. The edges ripple, and I think I'm going to throw up. I feel awful. I'm dying. I'm actually dying. I don't want to die. I can't believe this is happening. I can't believe she's drugged me like this. I'm going to be a father, but I'm never going to see my child. I moan, and tears slip from the corners of my eyes. I don't want to die. I want to see my child. I want to have a family. I want so many things. My vision is getting black at the corners. I'm running out of time to make my choice. She's right in everything she said. I won't get to the phone before her, and she definitely wouldn't be able to carry me. I have to make a choice while I still can. She hasn't really left me with one, I realize, as I stop crawling forward. Life or death. What would anyone choose? How bad can it be? I'll come back out alive. Some of me will. I'll still be alive. Sobbing, I try to turn myself around, to face the door before I pass out completely. The room, I mumble, even though the words are a mess. I choose the room. I love you, Freddie. You know that, don't you? I want the best for you. I want the best of you. You'll just fall asleep, she says softly, as she crouches beside me and rests my head in her lap. It won't hurt, I promise. And she's right, it doesn't. Chapter 85. Emily. The raven with the dull damaged wing pecks at the window relentlessly. The sharp tap-tap is almost constant. I am so fucking tired of the cold and the dark, and the fucking awful stench, and Freddie's relentless weak whining about the fucking unfairness of it all. The bird caws, then taps some more. If I could kill it, I'd throttle the life out of it with my bare hands. Just look at them. Freddie's over by the window, and I join him in the raven, even though the daylight is so unnaturally bright against the constant gloom of the room, and the sight of the other Usta makes me want to scream with rage. Freddie said I screamed for 3 days solid once he'd joined me, but I don't remember. I remember that our other selves, the best of us, carried on downstairs, all sugar and spice and everything nice, as if we weren't even here. They're finally moving out, I say, and it's like a punch in my hollow gut, seeing my body down there with a full pregnancy bump. Freddie's arm round me, tanned and happy. Laughter drifts up as Freddie hands the house keys over to Russell and Kat and the other Emily. Chatters some more, and smiles, as if she has no cares in the fucking world. Russell and Kat look so happy. Russell can't believe his luck. This house, a new life in the country. Kat looks like she's making the best of it now that it's over. With Mark, I know what she'll be thinking. At least Russell didn't find out. Not yet, anyway, Kat dearest. I understand the house now, the kind of couples it attracts, the type it's hungry for. Couples in trouble. Couples with secrets. Couples it can play with. Russell was snared by Larkin Lodge the moment he saw it. Just the same as Freddie was. If I hadn't been so susceptible to picking up Sally's energy, maybe it would have been me the house targeted. Freddie was the one with the secret. Maybe I would have killed him, and he'd never have known. It could be me free down there with the wonderful version of my husband. Even with the way things turned out, it still could have ended that way. But no. Instead, I betrayed myself. I could have made myself whole and killed Freddie. But no. Holier than thou. Butter wouldn't melt. Idiot. Emily decided she liked being the good little woman. Never mind the Raven. If I could throttle myself, I would. Which room do you think they'll choose to sleep in? Freddie asks me. Want to bet on it not being this one? I don't answer. He's always trying to bet on something. God, why didn't I kill him first? I can't look away from my own happy pregnant body. One about to disappear into the sunset. I can't believe they're going to France. With my £150,000, I mutter. And the money I got from him. We could have got more if we'd worked together. We could have got out of here laughing. We could, I mimic. If you hadn't fucked up in the first place, this would never have happened. If you hadn't fucked your boss and got knocked up, maybe you wouldn't have been so distracted and moody that you fell off the cliff. There's a moment of silence where we both bite our non-existent tongues, because otherwise we'll go round and round in circles of recriminations, like we have so many times, in however long we've been trapped in this hell. Months, judging by my stomach below. I touch the damp windowsill. Everything's always so wet in here and feel the liquid suck at my fingers, wanting to pull me in. I tug my hand away. I haven't been into the house yet. I'm going to have to start trying though, if I ever want to get out of here. Asterisk. We stand at the window, shadows in shadow, and watch them. The other Freddie and Emily get into their car, suitcases and passports packed, and head off to their new lives, all full of love for each other. Neither of them looks up. Don't worry. Freddie puts his arm around me. It's a surprise, but I let him. He's the only thing I can touch in here, other than the pecking bird, that isn't trying to absorb me. There are plenty of our things up in the attic in storage. How will that help us? I ask, shivering into his cold chest, my leg and my stab wound both throbbing, but I'm already seeing what he means. We have stuff here, things to burn. If somehow we can get them to feel our presence, maybe they'll be curious enough to dig around into the house's history too. I wish I hadn't burned the letter from Sally, but there's still the ledger, hidden in the suitcase cupboard. I glance sideways at all the weaknesses of my husband, then smile up at him. Ah, I see what you mean. Has the Raven cause angrily nothing to burn for her? No hope for release. My thoughts race ahead. I look back down at the moldy damp windowsill. I'm going to have to get braver at going into the house. Trying to make noises, get some attention. We just have to make sure they know we're still here, Freddie says, his eyes burning bright as he looks down at our erstwhile friends. We do. I nod and let him kiss my head as I realize that if anyone's getting out of here first, it has to be me. I have to make contact with one of them before he does. Get them to find it. Freddy will never set me free if he gets out first. Just as the same is true the other way around, if I get out first. He smiles down at me, and I know exactly what he's going to say. We end up saying it together. Marriage is teamwork, after all.
Thank you for watching. I hope that you like it. Don't forget subscribe to my channel and give us a like, and see you next time. Bye.